Hello and welcome again to another Slapdash COVID-19 tribute lecture on programming languages. I'm Professor Ward.
And I'm Isabel, your virtual classmate.
All right. So, being a professor is a pretty good job. You get to teach, you meet interesting people, you get to do research, but lately with Blackboard and online, teaching is not so much fun. Research, there's no time for that. So I'm thinking of changing my career goals. I'm thinking of starting a dog washing business. So I haven't worked out all the details, but my basic business plan is I buy a building with a box. Now, the thing about dog washing is you'd have to deal with the owners. Owners don't think I could handle that. So we'll just have the owners come, put the dog in a box, I'll wash the dog, and then I'll release the dog. Don't have to talk to anybody. Okay. But that's the first possibility. I'm thinking also another possibility. The second possibility is, okay, the dog stays in the house. And then the owner comes, and instead of bringing the dog to the box, they just put a piece of paper in the box. The piece of paper has the address of the house. I get in my truck, I go to the house, I go inside. I'm sure nobody locks their houses. Go inside, I wash the dog, and I come back home. The dog never enters my business. So these are my two choices, and I'm kind of thinking which one would be better, and I'd like your advice. So which is better? Do we transport the dog to the box, or just transport the address? I'd like you to think about that, considering issues of speed, modularity, and space needs. So pause me for a second, think about that, and then tell me what you think. All right, well, what do you think? Any thoughts on which would be better for any reason?
Well, transporting the address probably be a lot uh, easier because it doesn't take up as much space, maybe.
That's right. So for example, suppose you had one of those big dogs. Like, what was that big dog who was big as a house? The big red?
Oh, Big Clifford.
Clifford, the big red dog, right. Okay, I don't have space for him in my building. So we would clearly, in that case, prefer to just transport the address. Okay, good. What other thoughts?
Um, it'd be faster to do just the address.
It might be faster to do just the address, right? So if you've got a big dog, like a dog of 100,000 megabytes because he's a big array or a big object that's very hairy, then it takes some time to copy that dog over. So in case you're interested in speed with a large data object, a large dog, then transporting the address is more effective. Good. Other thoughts?
Um,
So modularity here becomes an issue. So modularity. So when you're writing a program, you want each module to be self-contained. So if there's a bug in one module, it's not going to affect things that are elsewhere in the program. It's easier to debug, it's more reliable. What do you think about modularity here?
you don't have to worry about it as much
In which case?
when you're transporting uh, the address.
I think it's actually the other way. So if you transport me the dog and I screw up, bad things could happen to the dog. But if you transport me the address, that gives me access to your entire memory space. So I could go over to your house, I could drink your beer, I could wash your cousin, I could do all sorts of crazy things. It could cause many more problems. So in terms of modularity, probably transporting the dog is the best choice. All right, so think about these things. So how does this analogy relate to the four methods discussed in the book? Call by reference, call by value result, call by value, call by result. So take a few minutes, write something down, call up your friend, talk it over. I think it'll help you understand. And the second question, how does this analogy relate to the difference between procedures and functions? Take a look at section 9.2.4 and think about that. Very good. This has been another COVID-19 Slapdash lecture.